I really want to talk about this Spider-Man Miles Morales thing that's going on right now, because when you get down to it, it really is a nothing sandwich of sorts. People are just upset that in the Insomniac games, we're going to have Miles Morales take on the Spider-Man role as Peter Parker takes a back seat and kind of lives his life. I get that there's a lot of this DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion, all that bullcrap going on in the world today, and it's really freaking annoying. It really is. But honestly, this is not that. This is not the same thing. And I know for years, really at this point, people have been complaining, people have been pushing back and forth saying how Miles Morales is not Spider-Man, and I get that. Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Every time we see someone or see something try and make and push Miles Morales being Spider-Man, you get this pushback from the fans. But this specific instance is very, very different. Let's look at this from a reasonable standpoint, as well as connections and how it relates with other comic books that have done very similar things. So first off, in the story, Peter Parker is stepping back from the role of Spider-Man. And it just so happens that there is another character who has similar abilities who he asks to watch over the city for him. Here's the thing. Taking on the Spider-Man role during that time is okay. If we take a look back at when Bruce Wayne Batman had his back broken in the comics, we had somebody step in and play Batman in Gotham City. We've seen it multiple times in different iterations and different reasons for whether it's Dick Grayson or even Superman stepping in and being Batman. I think why people are trying to make this a big deal is because of all of the diversity and equity inclusion that's been going on already in Hollywood and media of all sorts. But when you do it through story, when you have it make sense, that's when it works. And I hate to lump it in with the DEI because it's not that. This is a story that was built. This makes sense. And personally, I like the idea that if Peter Parker wants to step back, that yes, somebody steps into that role of Spider-Man, because that name, Spider-Man, that hero of New York City, is bigger than Peter Parker or Miles Morales. So to me, it makes sense. Take a look at the role of Robin, another iteration of a character that has had different, whether it's black, white, women, they've had different iterations of that character as well throughout the years. Again, there was no outcry, there was nobody freaking out about it when this was happening through the years in the comics. Now, I will agree that Marvel should have, in some form or fashion, Marvel should have given Miles Morales his own hero name. And maybe that's really what it comes down to being an issue for people. Maybe it's that Miles Morales has never had his own name. You know, Dick Grayson was Robin. And when Batman went down, Dick Grayson put the Robin name to the side and became Batman for a short time. Would people be freaking out about Miles Morales putting another name to the side to play Spider-Man for a little while Peter Parker is out? So to me, I think it comes down to people want to make a big deal out of this because of all the other DEI stuff going on in the world. And I don't think this is the time that they need to do that. I think, honestly, this is one of the few occasions in recent history you don't need to freak out about it. You don't need to act like this. You don't need to push this idea that they're only doing this because he's a black character. I think, and I could be wrong. I mean, it very much could be that those at Insomniac are specifically doing it because he is black, but at least they did it the right way. Miles Morales has been an established character for more than a decade. He has his own story. He has his own journey that he's gone on. This is very different. Let's not look at it like Wally West from DC. Wally West was originally a white ginger kid. And all of a sudden, when the New 52 was released and it came out, he was now a black kid. That right there, that was ridiculous. Because you took and established a well-established character and simply change the race to appease the diversity, equity, inclusion people. That is very different than what is going on now with Spider-Man, Peter Parker, and Miles Morales. And that's really what I'm trying to make. I can't grasp why people are freaking out about this. If Peter Parker's around, if Peter Parker is Spider-Man and he's out there fighting, Miles Morales is not Spider-Man. Miles Morales is Miles Morales. They should have given him a superhero name. But if Peter Parker is out there fighting and still putting on the mask, Peter Parker is Spider-Man. But the fact that Peter Parker's stepping back, and he specifically, per the story, asked Miles Morales to continue in his absence. Well, to me, that works. That works, and it's a smart way to do it. I don't know. I wanted to get this off my chest. I just haven't had time to sit down at my computer and do it. See what people say, see what people think. I want to know what you think. There's some big names in YouTube who are making a big deal out of this when they don't need to. And to me, that's a disservice to Miles Morales and Peter Parker and these Insomniac games, which, while I don't love every aspect of these games, I think they've got a pretty good story going on, and it makes sense. Not to mention that a lot of people really like those Into the Spider-Verse films. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, all that jazz. And with all that said, I'll catch y'all later.